Spelunky is a notoriously difficult roguelike platformer that also happens to be the greatest game ever created. And I had a whole shtick planned for this guide where I kept dying over and over and over until my ears blew out steam while my mouth blew out curses. It would have been brilliant, but you'll just have to trust me. Because after a month away from my favorite game, I picked up a controller, pushed record, and completed a successful hell run. So now I feel like I have some real authority giving tips on top of my thousands and thousands of runs, most of which ended in utter failure. But we're not talking about failure today. The first thing you need to know is that Spelunky isn't that difficult. This isn't coming from a get good pro either. Just look at how straightforward the action is. Whip some snakes, dodge some arrows, steal some idols. It's not complicated as long as you stay focused and don't run forward like a crazy. See? This video isn't just serving as a therapist's couch though. I have to guide you to the end. That requires a bit of skill and a whole lot of luck because even though Spelunky isn't hard in a moment-to-moment sense, one wrong move and you're dead. Cast back to the beginning of the game. The first thing you need to complete a successful hell run is the key. Somewhere in the first 4 levels is a key that opens a locked chest that contains Udjat Eye. Remember when I was talking about luck? Usually the key isn't right next to the chest, but it is when you're blessed by the Spelunky gods. Technically the Udjat Eye isn't required to complete a hell run, but it does make life easier. In the jungle is a hidden cave, and if you're carrying the Udjat Eye, you can see it flashing on the top of the screen and making a clicking sound. Bomb some rocks, uncover the hidden cave, and you're whisked away to the black market. This is one of the hardest stages in Spelunky. There are a whopping 7 shopkeepers in this stage, and if one of them is angry, the other 6 follow suit. If you don't want to fight them, bring 50,000 in Spelunky dollars to buy the Ankh on the 2nd level. But I like to be a bit more creative. Using a shotgun counts as creativity, right? After you snag the Ankh and make your way through the jungle, you find yourself in the ice caves. Now you've got to keep your eyes peeled for the Moai statue. See how it has the Ankh symbol right on it? That means you should kill yourself. Seriously. Even if you do complete a hell run, you still have to die. That's just the way Spelunky rolls. But the Ankh brings you back to life, and the Hedget falls on top of you. Not only do you get a fancy new item, but there's a level exit right there so you don't have to deal with the icy caves anymore. At least not on that stage. And if you're really lucky, you'll find a jetpack at some point. That makes things way easier. It's by far the most important item because you're just so much more mobile when you can fly. Funny how that works. Okay, once you've gotten through the ice caves, it's time to take on the temple. These stages are densely packed with baddies and traps, so stay sharp. And the first temple stage is Anubis, who flies through the air with a homing weapon. They can travel through walls. Yeah. Kill him with a shotgun or bombs or anything you can conjure up because you need his scepter. In the second temple stage is a locked door that can only be opened if you're holding the scepter and wearing the Hedget you got by killing yourself in the ice caves. Got both? Good. Get inside that door, but maybe grab a shotgun first, because it makes things much easier. Now you're in the City of Gold. As you may have noticed, the walls and ceiling, everything's made of gold, so you can bomb away if you want more money. But the real prize is the Book of the Dead. It's located smack dab in the middle of the level, surrounded by mummies and other stuff, but it's not as tough as it sounds. But when you grab it, Anubis' brother Anubis II wakes from his slumber. This Egyptian god doesn't have a honing death missile though, but he does summon red skeletons. It shouldn't be that difficult. And if you don't want to kill him, just pass the level and he'll follow you to the next stage. Maybe you should just kill him right away. That's easier. So get out of that level to square off against the first boss. Olmec is a stone version of Bowser from Super Mario Bros. 3. He's dumb enough to bash right through the floor if you let him, but you're not going to do that. The Book of the Dead flashes when you stand above the doorway to Hell. That's where you want to go. So lure Olmec off to the side somewhere, and then dig a hole to the lava and lure him over so he crashes down right where you want him to die. Now stand on his sinking head to reach the doorway to hell. Congrats! You made it to hell. Unlike the rest of the game, you don't have to worry about nabbing a specific item or bombing a hidden passageway here. There aren't any secrets, but the levels are way harder than anything you've faced. There's spiked balls, succubuses who look like damsels, and even more lava than Satan could drink in a lifetime. But if you brave this fiery inferno, you reach the real end boss, King Yama. I don't know what he's the king of, but he's totally a king, and he needs to die. He's not that tough, but don't get cocky yet. You gotta start by killing Horsehead and Oxface to get some extra bombs, and then make your way to the top. I always blow up the spikes on the way up just in case I fall down, because landing on them kills you instantly, and there's nothing more frustrating than dying at the final boss. But ultimately, Yama's kind of a pushover, if you're prepared. Shoot him with the shotgun until he breaks free from his body, and then toss bombs at his flying head. And that's it! You won! Congratulations! Now can you do the whole thing in under 6 minutes? Probably not.